I'm Bex. I lead our electrification efforts at Uber here in the UK. Uber runs a number of initiatives to help drivers adopt electric vehicles.
My name's Johnny Berry and I'm Head of Decarbonisation for Novuna Vehicle Solutions. Novuna are the leasing partner for Centrica, and we have supplied and financed 1,000 electric vans, which has helped enable this project.
So my name is James Rooney. I work for Centrica, which owns British Gas, and I'm the Fleet Engineering and Innovation Manager.
My name is Priya Nagra. I am a strategy analyst in the Optimise Prime team, and I work for Hitachi ZeroCarbon. In Optimise Prime specifically, I've been looking after the behavioural data, so trying to understand how drivers feel about the transition to EVs, and this includes both non-EV drivers and EV drivers.
Uber's involvement in Optimise Prime has been largely around sharing the anonymised data of the thousands of electric vehicles that we have on the road. Some of the key findings that we've had from the Optimise Prime project are that we're really going to need more ultra-rapid chargers in central areas like Westminster and the city and around key transport hubs. We've also understood that the need for charging where our drivers live is going to increase substantially, and that's particularly in some of the outer boroughs such as Newham and Brent.
It also affects energy companies with the ability to give flexible tariffs and time of use tariffs to consumers, which actually cheapens the usage of an electric vehicle and makes it more readily available for end users. And then finally, for the district network operators themselves, it means that the grid upgrades they need to put in place shouldn't be as substantive or as expensive, which affects the final bill payer at the end of the day. So the project's provided loads of learning for us. One of the key of those is that actually we've realised through our technology and the chargers fitted, we can modulate and manage the charge points so that we avoid those peak impacts on the grid. And what that means is we're able to fit more charge points for more engineers quicker than we would have perhaps previously been able to do.
Novuna will use the findings to establish what's required for our fleets and our client base in terms of their supply and demand assessment from their workplace or depot, and also how to manage energy and reimbursement from a home charge point.
Our drivers typically live in dense urban areas, and that means they disproportionately rely on public charging and aren't able to have a home charger.
What we're also doing is taking the data from our vehicles on charging and taking the charge point information and adding those two pieces together. And what that means is we can offer our engineers the ability to use their charge point fitted at home for their own private vehicle, which is brilliant. So currently the fleet is actually a really good example of a fleet that can be quickly moved to electrification, and that's because most of our engineers only do about 50 miles a day.
On the whole, drivers, both EV and non-EV drivers, are really positive about EVs. So they mainly recognise the environmental benefits, but also things like acceleration performance, reduction in noise, and ultimately we found that 84% of all drivers are at least somewhat supportive of the rollout of EVs.
I'm really passionate about the Optimise Prime project because ultimately this project will enable fleets to decarbonise their vehicles as soon as possible by using tools to help with their complex energy management problems.
So around a third of all carbon emissions in the UK are generated by transport, so making sure that we make the transition to EVs as seamless and as smooth as possible is pivotal.
Optimise Prime is a really important project because it's really crucial for cities that we adopt clean vehicles. And in order for electric vehicles to be adopted, we need the charging infrastructure to support them. At Uber, we're really proud to be part of this collaboration that's helping commercial fleets and high mileage drivers, such as those on the Uber platform, switch to EV.
I'm proud to be part of this project because it is creating cleaner air. As part of what I do when I wake up in the morning and go to work, I want to make sure that what I'm doing has an impact for my future kids and the future kids of everyone in the planet. And as part of that, I want to be able to move us away from diesel in our usage as quickly as possible. And the quicker we can move to electric vehicles in our case and bring our emissions down to zero, the better.
Why is this important? Well, according to the Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change, we don't have time to waste. We only have till 2025 to reach peak carbon emissions. So we need to help our fleets decarbonise right now.